What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Avengers 4 trailer. So at 8 AM in America time and 1 PM in UK time, which is GMT time, we officially got the first Avengers 4 teaser trailer. I call it the teaser trailer because, let's be honest guys, absolutely nothing happened in the trailer, which is actually good because they've not really given away any of the plot points. In fact, I've read some people's comments on Twitter and it's confused some people, which is good. And of course, they didn't show any of the dusted Avengers, which is always a worry for companies to do like stuff like that, because if you remember the Avengers Infinity War first trailer, they teased us with obviously Hulk running in Wakanda, and that scene was never actually in the movie, and they explained that was just to kind of misdirect the audience. So you got to understand, anything in this trailer could be misleading. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We've got a giveaway for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers Infinity War, or Deadpool Super Duper 2. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel, and also let me know down below who is your favorite supervillain. So much information coming out of this trailer. We're gonna break it down in depth, you know guys, like we do on this channel. So I was gonna do a face cam reaction video, but then I thought it's really a bit pointless because there's nothing to talk about in a reaction, so I decided against that. Maybe I'll do that for the second one when the second trailer comes out, probably sometime in March, I guess. But let's get into it. So the title for this movie is Avengers for Annihilation. Oh wait, it's not Annihilation. So guys, like I kept telling you for the last month or so, the title wasn't going to be Annihilation because I was told it wasn't Annihilation. That's why I kept saying it wasn't. So Avengers 4 EndGame. Now, most people were led to believe that we weren't going to get the title reveal because it was too scary. Kevin Feige, etc. said we weren't going to get the title reveal because it was too scary, it was too spoilery, it would reveal too much. So in Avengers Infinity War, half the universe was dusted, yet EndGame is so scary. I mean, EndGame, you could take it like all the Avengers are going to die in a movie, but seeing as this is a PG-13 category, I don't think everyone's going to die. I do think it infers that it will be some people's last appearance inside the MCU. The director of Avengers Infinity War and Infinity War Part 2, which is now EndGame, which, to be honest guys, I'm not really happy with the title, but it's just a title at the end of the day. I would have preferred the title to be The Last Avengers because that would have been a lot scarier. So Chris Evans said you gotta get off the bus before you're pushed, and I agree with that. Then at the Collider special screening in LA for Avengers Infinity War, the director actually said something different. He's like, yeah, we're not done with Chris Evans in the MCU. We are. You are done with him because he wants to step away. He's doing Broadway. That's why he didn't actually attend the premiere for Avengers Infinity War. So I expect a lot of carnage and a lot of death. So if you're hyped for Avengers 4, let me know down below all your comments. Did you like the trailer? Did you dislike the trailer? Right, let's get into it. So the trailer started very kind of in a very dark matter. It's almost like they've tried to copy Batman vs Superman. Not really in some aspects. They've tried to go dark. They've got to go dark because half the universe is obliterated. So we get Tony Stark, who appears to still be on Titan. If you remember in Avengers Infinity War, he was stuck on Titan with Nebula. So we do see Nebula in this trailer as well, briefly. We know she's got a kind of really big role in this movie because she's got to be, because they said people that didn't get much of a role in Avengers Infinity War would get more role in Avengers 4. So it's almost like he's given up on life. But one thing that's a bit inconsistent for me as a critical verified reviewer is Tony Stark's been stuck in space all this time. Now, does he have a food supply? If he doesn't have a food supply, he should have lost a hell of a lot of body weight, and he's like leaving a message saying that he's done. Obviously he's going to get saved by someone, but it's interesting. He's still in space, but we don't know if the movie's going to start 5 years in the future like most people believe. There's going to have to be some kind of time jump because we have seen the variation of Tony Stark with grey hair, and he's now working for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But they are going to have to show you the ramifications directly after the movie ended. Because if you remember, I posted a video I think a week or two ago where there was dust on people. So I do believe they shot some things for Avengers 4 directly after the dusting. So How long has Tony Stark been in space for? Then we get the Marvel Studios logo getting finger snapped, which is absolutely amazing. Then we get a screenshot of what looks like Thanos' armor on some kind of, I guess if it's like a farm scene. It's the place where he ended the movie from. So I guess it's Thanos' farm. It looks like a scarecrow. Then we get Thanos walking, and it looks like the Infinity Gauntlet is still damaged. But we know it's still damaged because the Russo brothers said he is permanently damaged, the gauntlet's permanently damaged. Whether they mean it psychologically or physiologically, it's damaged. Then we go to the Avengers headquarters and we see Steve Rogers crying, which is very emotional. And then Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow's like, 50% of the universe is gone. I mean, it's a bit kind of savage to kind of say 50% of the universe, because obviously they can only track beings inside planet Earth. They can't track like where the Skrulls are from, where the Kree and all the other kind of species out there that they don't even know about. So this is where things get interesting. Then we see the shot of Thor. Then we get a shot of Nebula, my girl Nebula. And it kind of looks like, if you look at the tones, like a way to work these trailers out is look at the colors and the tones. So if you look at the colors and the tones of the starting scene with Tony Stark and the colors of the scene with Nebula, the colors, it's like a greenish kind of darkish blue. Well, it's really hard. It's like a dark green. Well, it's the same color saturation. I've played around with the colors and it's pretty much the same colors from what I can see. And yes, they included Hawkeye in this trailer. And yes, he's got the Ronin costume on, which is very interesting. Why is it interesting? Because there was a leaked plot which does correspond with it. So in the leaked plot, it goes to say that Ronin, Hawkeye, is on a mission in Hong Kong trying to find the Skrulls, something to do with the Yakuza. And if you look at the scenery, it looks like they're in Hong Kong or something. There's like Japanese writing, and he turns around, it's like boom. Because a really negative thing from the Marvel fans about the last movie was there was no Hawkeye in it, and they didn't show Hawkeye at all. So it's absolutely savage when he turns around and he's got that costume on. But from the actual leaked images from the Quantum Realm suit, we know he was going to be in it. We know he was going to have that in. But what's interesting is we get a bit of an Easter egg, I guess you could say. So then it cuts to a scene where it says the following. So Black Widow says to him, it's going to work. Then Steve Rogers replies with, it's going to have to, because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't. So there's rumors that he's going to sacrifice himself with the Soul Stone, and that's why he's going to die. He's going to die saving Tony Stark, because their beef is going to have to be squashed in this movie. They didn't meet each other in the original Avengers Infinity War, but seeing as this is a two-part movie, although the directors keep saying no, they're two self-contained stories, but they're based around one thing, Thanos destroying everything. And we get an Easter egg, I hate that word, we get Steve looking at like a picture of Peggy Carter, which is really romantic and cute in a ways. So they've lost loved ones, families, half the freaking universe is gone, which would really mean like animals and everything living in the universe has gone, so to speak. But where has it gone? So then we get the epic title reveal, and it's Avengers EngGame, which we already knew this, but we were misdirected so much from the Russos, from Kevin Feige, saying, oh, the title isn't actually that scary, it's blown out of proportion, everyone's expecting some savage, epic kind of reveal. But if you remember, the cinematographer for Avengers 4 actually listed this EndGame on his website, and all of a sudden, boom, it was took off. So I think the Marvel sniper rifles went after him and told him to change it fast. So that's interesting that it is Avengers EngGame. Now, I've spoke to a bunch of people in the community, and people aren't really happy with the title because everyone said Avengers EngGame, Avengers Annihilation, Avengers The Last Avengers. But realistically, no one knew the title. Everyone can come out and say, yeah, I called it. But you also called everything else under the sun. So it is interesting that the title is Avengers EngGame. I don't really like it. And then we get a post-credit of the trailer, I guess you can say. We get Scott Lang, Ant-Man, and Steve Rogers thinks this is kind of old footage. And then no, Black Widow's like, no, he's outside our house. He's outside the headquarters now. So it's interesting that the only thing they actually seriously reveal in this trailer is the fact that Scott Lang gets out of the quantum realm. But everyone thought he was going to go see Tony Stark first. So it looks like he's got out of the quantum realm and he's gone to the Avengers headquarters, because he kind of did work with the Avengers during Civil War. Well, he did, so to speak. He worked with part of the Avengers because they were like having a massive fight. So it's interesting that he goes to see Steve Steve Rogers first, but I guess he doesn't know Tony Stark's there. So we're led to believe that Tony Stark is being stuck in space for all this time, but realistically he doesn't like he's lost any weight. So that, I think that shot is directly after the kind of finger snap. It's probably a few months, but it's just a bit weird that Nebula isn't with him. But like I said, you're not going to find out much about this. It's set a pretty cool tone. Now everyone's hyping that there's a new release date. It's now April the 26th, but in my country it's always been listed as April 26th, but it's cool for the rest of the world because now we know it's a global release, which is awesome because it means spoilers won't get out. Spoilers are something that it's hard to avoid, because obviously if you told information or you go to an early screening, you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, but still things get posted to Reddit secretly and things get out. But it's cool, so it means whatever happens in Avengers 4 most likely isn't going to be leaked onto the internet, because once Avengers 4 is done with, we won't have another Avengers team up for such a long time. So anyway guys, let's recap what happened in this trailer. So we got the reveal. Tony Stark is stuck on Titan still. He's sending a message to Pepper thinking he's never going to see her again. Thanos still looks damaged, his gauntlet's there, his armor's put down. Steve Rogers, Black Widow have a plan. We see Bruce Banner looking at a picture of Scott Lang because they're not seeing, they don't know what's happened. Thor is back at the Avengers headquarters. Nebula appears to be with Tony Stark if you go by the color tones. We get the Hawkeye reveal and he is Ronin, which is cool. Can't wait for that. It's going to be sick. And Steve Rogers doesn't know what he's going to do if this plan fails, but they're now in EndGame. But the interesting thing here is only Tony Stark knows about the EndGame plan. Like, Steve Rogers wasn't on Titan, Black Widow wasn't on Titan, so only he knows about the EndGame plan. So somehow Tony Stark is going to have to get back to Earth, or it could be the case that Nebula's gone back to Earth to get help in order to bring Tony Stark back to Earth, but I'm not really convinced about that. And obviously we get the epic Avengers EndGame reveal. And what's interesting is everyone was expecting the color of the logo to be the same color as Infinity War, which was gold. It's actually purple. So props, they did get the colors right. All these leaks and stuff, when people were making, like, all the artists like AJ Designs and people like Ultra and Nova and people like that, they all got the color right of the text for the Avengers 4 branding, which is pretty cool. And then we've got the reveal that it's come out April the 26th, which is fantastic, because usually what happens is the UK gets movies early or late. Like, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp 3 months late, but we get Aquaman on the 12th, yet it doesn't come out in America till the 24th. We get into the Spideyverse before the rest of the world, I believe. So it's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. We are so close to hitting the end year goal. Actually, no, we've already hit it, but let's make a new one. So guys, I have got a 50,000 subscriber giveaway, which is cool, for an Infinity War Hasbro gauntlet. All you're going to do is subscribe to me on this channel, comment down below what did you like about this trailer, and also hit me up on Twitter at Warstu and let me know, did you like the Avengers 4 trailer? And I will be picking someone very soon, as I want to get it out to you before Christmas. And obviously, because I'm based in Europe, it takes a long time. It takes about a week to get to America. So I'm going to probably announce the winner of that for between the 14th of December and the 17th, so I can ship it out to whoever wins it. But let's be honest, guys, the kind of the 6 giveaways I've done, it's gone to America and Canada once. So obviously a lot of the viewership comes from America and Canada. So it'll be a miracle if it actually is in Europe somewhere at some point. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Don't worry, I've got another theory video coming out, maybe tomorrow, maybe later on tonight, based on something that happens in this trailer that I don't think anyone's picked up, but I want to make that an independent theory video, as we are now in theory season. We're not in the Avengers 4 trailer release date season, we're now in theory season. Anyway, guys, I will catch you soon, and remember, the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is dropping on Saturday, which is cool, and I also will be doing a video on the Marvel game that was revealed at the Games Award, which wasn't actually the Avengers project, but it still looks pretty cool if you do have a Nintendo Switch. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.